Your two favorite Channing Tatum lookalikes are back tonight, and we are talking about a brand new film. Derek Cianfrance, Place Beyond the Pines, and Blue Valentine director. He is back with his new film, marketed more as a comedy, but it's actually more of a drama after watching it, but they marketed it more as a comedy, which is what we were talking about before this. And me and Logan here got a chance to watch this film. It is now streaming on digital. Stars Channing Tatum and Kirsten Dunst, Peter Dinklage, Ben Mendelsohn, and Lakeith Stanfield. What movie are we talking about, Uncle Logan?
Roofman.
I need you to really think about who you talk to. You just live like this all the time.
Tell me what's going on. Right now.
Who do you want to be, Jeff?
And no, this movie, folks, is not a superhero called Roofman, or it's not about a roofing company that I originally thought. No, no, no. This is about a charismatic criminal played by Channing Tatum. Gets a bit of trouble, gets arrested, gets put away for a long time, actually. Finds his way out of this. I think it was like 45 years, I believe he was sentenced for. Gets out because he's super smart, attention to detail, gets out, and then he kind of hides out in the top of Toys R Us. And this takes place back in the 2000s.
Yeah, an interesting story. I didn't really hear too much about this film going in and just watching it because I figured it was a Channing Tatum comedy. Loved him back in the day, 21 Jump Street. He's great at that. And an awesome role for him in this one too, playing this character who's, definitely a fuck up and definitely like a career criminal here, but he plays it, probably close to how it was. This guy was a charming guy who was able to convince this lady that that he was this nice guy and was this family man and was genuinely trying to turn his life around, but for the circumstances that always he found himself in, it always wound up where he had to do something that was against the law, like he was doing in this film. He had a family to begin with, then he lost the family and had to flee and get out of prison and everything. And then, like you mentioned, yeah, when he was fleeing, he ended up staying the night at this Toys R Us store. So he'd shower in the bathroom with the sink, and he was living there basically. And he set up cameras and had this whole life, just in this department store, and nobody noticed him, which is pretty interesting. And Peter Dinklage playing like the boss of the Toys R Us, who eventually comes in late at night one night and finds, Channing Tatum's character in there, and sets out the tale of his character, being found out by the cops and everything. But the way the movie goes, he is able to break into the Toys R Us here, and he sets his sights on Kirsten Dunst's character and strikes up a relationship with her. And eventually, she invites him over to like their church service, and he goes over there and he like finds kind of like a second family there. He feels at home. They take him in, and he feels like he's finally getting away from his old self, the one that gets in trouble all the time. He's maybe turning a corner.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy learning about Jeffrey's, life in this and what he's been through and where he's at. But he's basically essentially starting a new life, like I guess a double life, because he's this criminal. He is a father. He's married, and then you know, basically gets locked up, flees, starts his whole new life as a new person, and where he meets Kirsten Dunst and the rest of the ensemble behind me. But basically, watching this, him living in the Toys R Us was pretty cool. I'm like, it's not a bad idea. That'd be a fun time. You got all these toys to play with at night, all this candy you can eat, TVs, you can chill out. And it really sets up some really funny ass scenes in this movie where he's taking a shower, cleaning up in the sink, and Peter Dinklage's character, the manager, is like listening to music and comes across him as naked, and there's just a lot of funny scenes. But yeah, definitely not as much comedy as I originally thought. I thought this was gonna be more of a comedy. This is more of a drama at times. What this character is going through on the run, trying to start this whole new life, he gets involved with this church, which introduces Ben Mendelsohn's character, and really trying to be this good person, but in reality, it really wasn't. He was kind of a piece of crap and messed up a lot, and he's always trying to find the easy way out.
I liked his relationship with Kirsten Dunst in this film. She's kind of, older now and has a family of her own, and trying to find somebody she can trust. And she seemingly thinks that she's found that in Jeffrey's character, but of course, you know, he's found out by the end of the film. And I found like at the end and stuff, they were able to, when she found out the truth or whatever, that was, devastating. Like the drama I felt hit deep. And I think that's one of Derek, the filmmaker's, his strengths. He's able to bring you into these stories and with these characters and tie you into their relationships. And then, when the relationship kind of fell apart, you kind of felt for these characters because they're both, coming from a rough previous relationship, and then seemingly they found somebody in each other that they could trust and start a new life and maybe go into some good times, and then at the end it kind of falls apart. Sucks to watch. And they did a good job of like showing that, like just how much they hurt each other at the end, but like, with how the film ended up and everything, and they were still able to communicate, and basically they, were able to make amends, which was a cool thing. But yeah, I like the cast of this film. It was really well done. Ben Mendelsohn's character is the preacher playing this, kind of quirky guy who's like singing at the service, and you could tell he's friendly, like, come on in. And, had that family kind of atmosphere. I thought he did a good job in that role there. Kirsten Dunst was great as a girl. She played it played it great. You can imagine this woman here having a family of her own, has to work, and then Peter Dinklage, the boss, he's a prick and has them work more than they should, and over the holidays, and just seeing him play that character too was something different that we hadn't seen from him before either. So I really enjoyed the movie. Not Derek's best film, but still, I thought it was a good movie, and one that I would recommend.
Yeah, I know you've been talking about this movie for a minute. I remember seeing the trailer for it this past summer. Thought it was going to be a comedy, more of a drama, but really good storytelling and this great performances. Channing Tatum, Kirsten Dunst had great chemistry in this movie. Lakeith Stanfield was fantastic as his friend, trying to make him a fake passport, I believe. Peter Dinklage playing the boss. Ben Mendelsohn, it's usually like a villain, but he was more of the likable church guy in this movie, which is unusual, but I thought he did a good job. But just I was hoping for a little more comedy in this, but not a bad thing, like there's some good storytelling, good character development. The relationship here, the ending's heartbreaking, sad, depressing. What happens, or what Kirsten Dunst's character ultimately has to do after, of course, how long is this going to last before he gets found out who he really is? So it really sets up kind of a sad ending. But all around, pretty good movie. Like, didn't know what to expect with this, and had a good time. It was a good story. I like this director as well. I liked his other movies. Probably, like you said, not his best movie, but it was a good movie nonetheless. So with that being said, I'm going to give Roofman, I'm going to give it a 3.5 out of 5 Channing Tatum hair pieces.
And I'm going to give Roofman a 3.5 out of 5 Ben Mendelsohn hairpieces.
I want to hear from all you roofing enthusiasts out there. What did you like about Roofman? What did you like about it? What's your favorite flick from this director? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to hit subscribe. Also, check out these wild construction workers on Facebook, X, and Instagram, and our website, Cinephellas.com, for the latest, greatest TV, movie news, and reviews.
That's right. We are back all month long. The last month in 2025, we got a lot of movies to review to wrap up the year, and looking forward to some new movies and TV shows that are going to be hitting the streaming services and cinemas everywhere very soon. And we'll be reviewing all those with you. Thank you guys for watching our review, and we both recommend Roofman, so make sure to check it out. It is now available on digital, and it'll be coming to 4K Ultra HD too soon. So thanks for watching, and until the next Cinephellas movie review, I'm Uncle Henry C. in France.
And I'm Rusty from the Roofing Experts. Until next time.
Cheers, Rusty.
Cheers!
Cheers!